Hello, I'm Sinead, and I wanted to do a Getting to Know Me Better video. As you may know, I craft and sculpt dolls specifically, but not just dolls. That just happens to be something that I have been focusing on for the last, I don't know, 15 years. I got back into doll collecting and just on a more serious level, I guess. I started with Shirley Temple, I believe. That was Composition Shirley Temples got me back into looking at dolls, combing through eBay listings, you name it, and making clothes for Shirley Temple, and also Bluette, and let's see, I don't know if there was, I also made some little miniature Raggedy Anns at that time. Then I got into making patterns for ball jointed dolls specifically. I think that was the first pattern making venture. I don't know if this is going to focus on him, but if you're familiar with Fairyland's Real Pookie, the So-So one got my attention, and I just was totally enamored with doing the little miniature clothes for him. And I figured if I was gonna do little miniature clothes for my doll, why not share the patterns, because I wasn't finding any sewing patterns. Crochet patterns, lots of them, but sewing patterns were not commonplace at that time. There was one or two sellers that were telling you could scale down their patterns, which I tried, but I didn't like the fit. So, you know, it's I guess a matter of your preference. I mean, for somebody else, it probably worked just fine. But I was looking for something that fit a little different, and so I started making tiny little patterns. Now, if you are lucky enough to have gotten in on the re-release of the Pookie, which is the slightly bigger doll, I don't know if, again, if it'll focus on him. I guess that one wasn't available, but this one was. Cupid here. The Cupid sculpt, and there was two others that were available. Anyway, I have patterns for those guys because, you know, after you've got one, you buy some more. But I think my Fairyland interest kind of petered out there. I did get some others, but I haven't hung on to them. But I do have the Pookie Fees. I do have Pookie Fees. So that's the 6-inch version of, and actually they have some of these. I have the Cupid in the 6-inch version. I would have loved to have gotten a So-So, but did not ever see that one available when I was looking. So, you know, if you have just found yourself in possession of a Pookie or a Pookie Fee or a real Pookie, that's where a lot of the focus of my pattern making went. They're good basic patterns for starting a wardrobe, and I have lowered my prices to make them totally accessible. I decided that if you were struggling and needed something to distract you, and you happen to have a doll, because it works for other dolls as well, like I think the Pookie patterns fit Kelly. So, you know, you've been going through that thrift store and you've found yourself a Kelly doll, the patterns will work for Kelly. So, you know, it's a way of sharing what I put the time and energy into making for my own self, and I wasn't seeing the same thing available out there, so I did that. I also love sculpting. I absolutely love sculpting. Sewing is more of a means to an end. It's something I've always known how to do because my mother sewed, and she insisted that we learn to sew. So from early, like 3 years old, she's handing me a needle and thread, and I'm sewing weird little pillows together and calling them, you know, dolls. And I couldn't understand when friends and cousins and whatnot were like, what is that? And what do you mean sewing? I don't know what you're talking about. So it was something that kept me occupied. And apparently that was, you know, my mother appreciated keeping her children occupied. So, and I just continued to raid her stash of stuff and make things. I never really got into making clothes for myself. It's always been, you know, I will do it in order to accomplish a look. Like the shirt I'm wearing, I made. The vest, I did not. I will and need to and should make my own clothes because of my chemical sensitivities. The threads used these days is very irritating to my skin, so I should do it, but I have a real hard time motivating to make my own clothes. But maybe I can put a fire under that. I don't know. But that aside, back to I love sculpting, and it hits this like zen space for me, and want to do more of it. And I'm hoping that through this channel I can reach the people who enjoy it as well. Either enjoy doing the sculpting, or they enjoy seeing the process, or they like buying the dolls. Whatever it is, however you approach it, I'm hoping to find those people through this channel and start a conversation. Whether you're a fan or a fellow sculptor, welcome to my channel. Let's have some fun here. Please comment and let me know what it is you do, what your interests are, and I'll see you next time on the next video. Bye-bye.